Hi friends, this is Nafeesa Ismail, back to you with the talk series of My Power. Today's topic is My Power to create excellence and greatness in me. We all have been hearing from our childhoods and reading also about a small boy who studied under the street lights and who had just a square meal a day went to become the President of India, our own Mr. Abdul Kalam. We have heard that a shoemaker's son went to become the President of United States of America. An ordinary lawyer went to become a Mahatma. An ordinary teacher who went to become Mother Teresa. So by this we understand that our birth is not our choice, but what we make of our life is definitely our choice. These are all the extraordinary people we think we talk about, but no. They are all ordinary people who went on to become extraordinary. And extraordinary people always are ready to face challenges that life throws at them effortlessly. They dare to dream and they dare to chase their dreams. They come out of their comfort zones and they work hard. They never ask, can I? They ask, how can I? They never find excuses to not to do things. They're always ready to do anything, taking it up as a challenge. They are the ones who work every day, every hour to keep improving their value by enhancing the quality they have. And they create a value for themselves. These are just ordinary people who have gone to extraordinary with a few qualities within them. Let's understand this with a small story. There was once a balloon seller in front of a school. He would always sell the balloons and children would come to him to buy the balloons from him. Whenever his sales would go down, he would always try to pick up a particular balloon, fill it with helium and fly high up in air. And kids would see that, they would come running and buy that particular balloon, thinking that only that color goes high up in air. Thus his sales would go up. There was this little boy who was observing this. He had very little money and he slowly observed it and came to the balloon seller and picked up a black balloon and he asked him if even that color goes up. The shop seller was very humble to come down on his knees and explain the little boy that it's not the color of the balloon, but what is inside it that takes it higher up. With this, we get to understand that most of us are under the misconceptions that for us to become excellent or go towards greatness, we need power, we need wealth, we need certificates from foreign universities or corporate colleges. But honestly, these are just the supporting factors for it. Even if these things are not present, the examples I had already given went on to prove that these people created and discovered the powers within themselves and created a quality, refined them to an extent, and they kept on creating value every day to become what they were. So how important that quality is that we have to identify within us. How important it is to refine our quality. We all know what quality is. We all keep looking for quality everywhere. The things we buy, every product we buy, we want quality. The clothes we wear, the food we eat, everything we look for quality. And it's always that, it's a value for your money because you're always very comfortable using something that is of quality. You don't want to use things that do not have quality. You don't even prefer to buy them. And look at the brands. The kind of brand value brands have is, how is a brand created? Everything that goes into making a branded product is picked up with its finest quality in itself, and it goes through a lot of quality checks, and people who work on it are the ones who are highly skillful, who are excellent in making that particular product. A lot of effort goes into making it. There's a time consumption, a time period that takes to make that particular product. So ultimately what happens is, with the quality things, with the qualitative skill and with the enough time given, a branded product is made and its value is created. For example, if And look at a small slab of iron, which would be 250, just like that, in its raw form, in its natural form. The quality enhanced, what happens is the same product, when made into a horseshoe, the value goes up to 1,000 rupees. Again, the value enhanced, and the same product goes to 10,000 rupees if it is made into needles. The same product, when enhanced a little more, its quality goes up to 1 lakh when it is made into the spring balances used for watches. So look at an ordinary iron slab, the way it is being enhanced to increase its value. But what about we human beings? To get from ordinary to extraordinary, we never concentrate on the quality of what we carry in ourselves. How quality conscious are we? And what is this quality we are talking? Quality is that invisible power whose byproducts are success, happiness, and greatness. Quality is that particular thing where you become conscious about setting high standards to yourself than what others have set for you. Being quality conscious is something where your expectations from yourself are too high than what others have set from you. You believe that everything should be improved every day and every time. It can be and should be improved. So quality is that invisible power, and it actually takes us to excellence. The finer the quality, the excellent we become. So what are we waiting for? Friends, let's understand and discover the powers within our treasure box. Let's open it and discover what is that we can and how is that we can enhance our greatness and excellence. Just consider yourself, just go back to your own self, consider yourself as a 2-year-old or a 3-year-old child who is very clear in his subconscious, has got nothing within you. You know nothing about the world. You are the purest form of a human being. Just consider this like a laptop that is got from the store, and now the laptop is also empty, like how a 2 to 3-year-old child is. Now what we are doing is we are only uploading the data in the laptop, in the database. Whatever we want to see on the screen, we just upload that. The same way, unconsciously and subconsciously, the child is being uploaded with all that data, which is actually might not be needed for him, and he's trying to, he's growing with that. He's absorbing a lot of things from around his atmosphere, his experiences, his family, his society, the culture, the books he reads, the movies he watches, the things he listens about, is creating a database in himself, in his subconscious level. And after that, what happens is he comes up with his wrong beliefs towards different things. He's conditioned in a wrong way by his people around. The kind of experiences he goes through, he forms certain perceptions and he looks at the world with those perceptions, not being open about other things. He gets so attached with his beliefs, with his perceptions, that he doesn't look at anything else other than what he thinks is right. He always feels, what he believes is always right, and he's so attached to it. And he's got a lot of negative emotions in himself, and he considers them to be very natural. He feels that it's quite natural to be angry, it's quite natural to be hurting, to be quite natural to be jealousy about, or there are a lot of negative emotions that we hone in ourselves. We think they are quite normal and quite natural for us. And we forget all the basics that we have been studying right from class 1. We forget that honesty is the best policy. We forget that it's always nice to be punctual. We should not lie. We should not cheat. We should never break the trust. Cleanliness is next to godliness. And small things like commitment, being committed to your word, being committed to the relationships, being committed to whatever work you do, being nice to people and kind to people, being human at yourself. Always try to be a good human being. We grow thinking that these things are quite impractical. People around us keep helping us understand that these things are very impractical, and you want to become successful, these things are of no help or no use to us. And these are a few things that we grow up with. So what we need to do is that we need to come out of our wrong beliefs. How? Is just believe that your belief defines your journey. And for example, you have a few things that you're working for and you're not achieving success. Like for example, it could be money, it could be relationships, it could be happiness, it could be love, it could be all these things. Supposing you are carrying a negative belief about money. For example, you must have been growing up with a thought and hearing that money is root cause of all the evil, or money is something that only rich people do without any values or principles, or the rich are always greedy and that they are heartless. If you have grown up hearing these things, then your subconscious mind has taken a control, and it is conditioned, or it believes that money is evil. And when you want to make money and start making money, making a lot of effort also, at times you might not be able to make money as you expect. That's because your beliefs are negative. And when you want to make money, you just can't, because you are not able to attract it, because you always consider it to be negative. And you can't expect it to come to you. So this is one of the examples of wrong belief. You can just take a piece of paper, write down a few things that you want, and beside that, just write down your thoughts about that particular thing. And if it is a negative thing, please change it into positive, and keep going through it every day and telling to yourself about that positive thought. And it takes a month or so for your subconscious to allow that to set within yourself, and then maybe you'll start attracting things that you believe they are. Because remember, belief again always defines your journey. And when it comes to conditioning, most of the times you're conditioned in a wrong way. For example, we all are born with some certain gifts given to us by nature. Like sun has its properties, and flowers have their properties, and fruits have their properties. Likewise, we human beings are all born with beautiful gifts within us, and we are born with a purpose into this world. And the moment we start identifying a purpose in life, like for example, a child could be very good at singing, and slowly what happens is that a father or a mother keeps telling the child, oh, please stop singing, because this is not going to earn you money. You need to study and work hard to make a living. That's very important. All these things are byproducts and can be done anytime in life. The child slowly keeps absorbing these things, and he grows suppressing his gift that he's achieved. And he will forget that he has something like that within him, and he's just behind studies and schools and getting marks. No doubt he might become successful by making money. But just remember, he's never happily successful. So he needs to be happy. That's one of the main reasons for you to take you to excellence. We are not born here to impress. We are born here to express ourselves. We have come with a purpose, and let's try to understand that purpose of life. Next is the misconceptions. Just understand about the misconceptions. I mean, we about our different perceptions we have towards things. For example, we might have seen so many things and absorbed, and we form our own opinions. That means we are wearing, supposing yellow glasses for example, and you're looking at the world and everything is yellow. And you want to deal everything basing on your opinions and perceptions, which doesn't happen. The moment you get detached with your perceptions, you stop your opinions, remove your glasses, look at the world the way it is. Then what happens is you'll start looking at the world as it is, and you'll start accepting and understanding things for you to deal and handle with them more conveniently. This takes you closer to the relationships. This takes you closer to success and happiness as well. And the negative emotions. We all do have these negative emotions, and we believe that they are quite normal, quite natural, and we keep growing, and at times with age these things keep growing in us. But to be frank, these are the emotions which we have seen our parents or our siblings or whoever around us having and honing in them, and we grow taking that and absorbing them within us. If you have seen our parents getting angry once they are home, we see them and we feel it's quite natural, my dad did it and I'm doing it. So negative emotions are something that are imbibed. We are gifted with only the positive emotions. So our next exercise would be slowly deleting the negative emotions we have, just like how a sculpturist deletes things. I mean, he just chops off unnecessary things from the stone to get a beautiful sculpture he wants. Likewise, we need to get rid of wrong belief systems, come out of wrong conditioning, get detached with our perceptions, and then get slowly delete off our negative emotions within us, and see what we then just experience the quality we are creating within ourselves. Believe me, it's a beautiful challenge, because I guess it's more interesting than playing a video game or a gamble, because you're playing with your heart and mind, and when you're consciously trying to do these things, it's a beautiful journey to discover yourself and get back to basics. That's very important. These are the things you need to upload in your fresh data. Just delete all that you have within you and start uploading only that from which you're going to achieve excellence and greatness. Get back to basics. Start believing that values and principles should become a part of your personality. That way excellence becomes a part of your personality. Keep doing right things even when people are not observing you. Make it your personality. Make excellence your personality. It has to reflect in your attitude. So, gradually, and it's a journey, believe me, it's a process, it's a journey. It cannot be brought, or it cannot be given. It cannot be just achieved like that. You need to, it's not a very big effort, but I'm sure if you decide, you become aware and start working on it, it's effortless. So guys, good luck. Discover yourself from becoming ordinary to extraordinary. It's a journey for you to become an extraordinary from the ordinary. Discover the powers within you and go meet the person who is waiting for you, who is excellent, and that's you. And I'm sure you're going to fall in love with yourself after discovering yourself. So what are you waiting for? Good luck and all the best. Keep watching and subscribe to my channel. I'll be back with more videos on discovering your powers within you in the next video.